Yo, what's going on guys, and welcome to the only human torch guide you will need. No matter your elo, I guarantee you that you will learn something new from this video. Before we start, just know that I have played an unhealthy amount of human torch this season, so anything that I say is objectively correct, and no one can argue with it. There's timestamps for the chapters of this video, so you can skip around whatever you like, and without further ado, let's get on with his abilities. Starting off with his first ability is Plasma Body. All it does is literally just make you fly faster. That's literally all it does. That's it. Let's move on. Moving on to his primary fire cluster. It is a shotgun bullet that has a fall off radius which starts at 15 meters and caps at 40 meters. It is a very strong shot when up close, which could seem a little bit inconvenient for a flying character, but it is very strong for bursting squishies and destroying tanks. Now moving on to his right click, Blazing Blast. It is a straight line projectile that does 40 damage on impact and leaves a circle which does 25 damage per second. We will be talking about this ability a lot more later on. Now moving on to one of the biggest parts of his kit, Pyro-Prison. When 2 or more flame fields exist, connect them to form a firewall that deals damage to everyone inside them. So if you connect 3 flame fields together, everyone that's inside them will be damaged. But if you connect only 2, then only people in a straight line will get damaged, and it is not efficient at all considering the cooldown of the ability, which is a 15-second cooldown. You don't want to waste it like that. His next ability, Flaming Meteor. You dive towards the ground, dealing damage to enemies and knocking them up. This will detonate any flame fields that it lands on and will do an extra 55 per flame field detonated, meaning the slam itself will do 45 damage, and for every right click that is on the floor that you slam on, it will do an extra 55 damage. So that means 2 right clicks landing directly on someone, plus them being on the area of the right click, and you slamming on them will instantly one-shot them. Now moving on to his ultimate ability, Supernova! You explode with cosmic fire to deal damage to enemies within range and enter Supernova state. While in Supernova state, Blazing Blast will transform into Flame Tornado, and Plasma Body can be activated without any cost. So basically what it means is that your right click just now forms tornadoes that deal 100 damage per tornado, and it can go up to 3 tornadoes at a time before it starts going away when you form a new one. And also, when you initially activate the ulti, you deal up to 70 damage to everyone around you, which can be pretty decent burst, especially with a damage boost. I'm lying, this shit kinda useless, I'm not gonna lie with you. I barely even noticed it, I'll be honest with you. Now here is something I have not seen a single Human Torch guide mention whatsoever about his ultimate. When you are inside your ultimate, you gain a 30% damage reduction. As you can see here in the side-by-side comparison, in one side I am taking 25 damage per second, while on the other, I am taking 17 damage per second. This is insanely valuable information, and I'm not sure why people do not mention it. One thing about his ulti that a lot of people forget is that you can throw a very early tornado by throwing a right click and then popping your ulti. This may seem like it's very little, but the reason this is insanely good is because the tornado forms before you even get your ult quotes out. So you can catch a lot of people off guard with this. Me personally, I have forced a lot of support ults doing this because they catches them completely off guard. Now, some general tips for Human Torch. You want to go 2 attacks and then right click. 2 attacks and then right click. 2 attacks, right click. 2 attacks, right click. This is the best way to cycle your attacks and right click because if you spam one or the other, you're gonna run out of them very quickly. If you spam left click, it'll be gone way too quickly. And if you spam a right click, obviously, it'll be gone very quickly as well. So this is the most efficient way that you want to go about cycling your left and right click since they're pretty limited. Usually how you want to form your Pyro-Prison is you want to left click at someone and then right click in the area that you want to form your Pyro-Prison at. So how it would look like is like this. This is the target I want to shoot at with my left click. And then here is gonna where I want to form my Pyro-Prison. So boom, 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 boom. And then boom, boom. One general tip for every single Human Torch player that's on PC is that you need to bind your descent key on something other than control. Control is not reliable at all since you also have your Plasma Body on shift, and it's very annoying holding shift and control at the same time. And since you're already there, might as well keybind your I need healing because these healers, they just ignore every single flying character. Trust me, you're gonna need this. While ulting, sometimes you can waste time by not forming tornadoes because of random BS that's in the game. The list of the random BS is Magneto Shield, Punisher Turret, Mr. Fantastic's Rubbery Mode, Captain America's Shield, Hulk's Bubble, and basically any shield in the game. Usually when any of these things happen or occur in the game, you want to just avoid them as much as possible and just shoot next to them so you can make the most value out of your ulti. A random BS interaction is with the thing's Earthbound. It can stop your slam even if you're not slamming into it. It's pretty inconsistent though. It doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, it's pretty frustrating. I suggest just not slamming when it's around, so this doesn't happen at all. One thing you need to keep in mind while ulting is that the most important tornadoes are the ones at the end, because those are the ones that last the most, since they will stay there even after your ult finishes. So the second you ult, you can do whatever you want, just tunnel vision on someone, try to kill them, but at the last like 3 seconds, you want to use those tornadoes to cover a chokehold or something, because those will stay even after your ult finishes. Perfect ult usage would be this play right here. I started off by throwing a very early tornado by throwing right click and then ulting, which forced the Luna ulti. I can ult early here to force the Luna ult. So after getting that, I went back to point, used the rest of my ulti to cover the choke point. So not only did I force Luna ulti out of that, but I made them not even being able to walk on point, since if they walk through 3 tornadoes, they will just get completely melted, even if they're in Luna ulti. So just in case you didn't know already, Human Torch has the power to be able to one-shot through support ults, just as you can see in these clips right here that I'm showing you. And this is how you do it. The way you do it is that you throw fire blasters on the floor, and you can get a maximum of 5, and then you click your Pyro-Prison to increase the duration of them, and when someone walks onto them, you can slam and it does like 3 gazillion damage. You don't need to always use this to one-shot someone in a support ulti. You can use it in a choke point, and it can be just as useful because some people need to walk through that one area, and Human Torch is the best at denying people from entry. That's quite literally his whole kit. Okay, so right now we're going to be talking about his matchups. I made this little tier list to showcase the matchups, easy ones, hard ones, and kind of explain the reasoning I have them where they are. I won't go over every single one of them. I'll go over mostly the ones that you need to know or the controversial ones. Starting off with Spider-Man. I think this one's pretty obvious. He kind of just destroys you, and there's almost little to no counterplay to what you can do to him. You can use Sue's shield to kind of counter him for a little bit, but his cooldowns are so much less than yours. Even with your slam, it's just a 15-second cooldown. Even if you get the shield, it doesn't matter. He kind of just can wait and just come back, and then he just destroys you anyways, and you can almost never kill him. I also have a Human Torch here. Your biggest enemy is also just another Human Torch in the enemy team, because he can literally do what you do plus kill you. So one of the ways of becoming a very good Human Torch player is that you have to know how to play this mirror matchup. A lot of times it's literally just better Torch wins, because he can kill you just as easily as you can kill him. One that a lot of people might think is a little bit controversial is Hela. Personally, Hela for me, in some maps, it's almost unplayable because of the range difference. But the reason I don't have her at hard counter you is because if you get close to Hela, you can literally just one-shot her, and there's almost little to no counterplay to what you can do to her. That's kind of the reasoning I have her here. Psylocke can like sneak up on you and kill you quite easily. I think that's one of the ones that might be surprising to people. I have Hulk in 50-50 because usually he can't really do anything to you, but if he does catch you once, you're just immediately dead. That's why I have him 50-50, because he either catches you or he doesn't. Wolverine, it's kind of easy for you to kill him, but if he does catch you also once, he can kill you. That's like a 13-second cooldown or something on his grab, so it's pretty hard for him to catch you. Strange can get up in the air every now and then and try to kill you. With his recent nerfs, it's almost impossible for him to kill you, so yeah. Loki can't really kill you, but it's pretty hard to kill him. Like, his lamps are annoying as hell. Mantis can barely hit you, but if she does a lot of damage. But I think for the most part, she's avoidable. Plus, she's 250. You can just one-shot her pretty easily. And right here is just people that are completely free. These guys can literally do nothing to you, and you can literally just melt them whenever you want. Only controversial one maybe here is maybe Squirrel Girl, because maybe she can stun you. But let's be real. If a Squirrel Girl stuns you, that's on you, bro. that's completely on you. No scroll girl in the world should be hitting you with her stun. Let's be for real. Alright, enough with the yipping and yapping. Now it's time to learn how to actually play the character. Now, when playing Human Torch, how I like to see it, a 2 or 3 step process. 1, zone out people with your Pyro-Prison, create an area and play around it. 2, it's one of 2 things. Either just completely destroy the tanks and win the fight immediately, or kill anyone that might contest you. Thing is with the Human Torch is there's a very few people that can contest him, but the ones who can almost shut him down immediately. So what you need to do is deal with those people first, if there's any. If there's none, it's completely free. If there is, you'll have to deal with them. So in this game, the only person who can actually contest me is another Human Torch. Now, me personally, when I see another Human Torch, I take it as a challenge to myself to 1v1 him, to prove that I'm better than him. So, hey, I had to go for the 1v1. I had to let him know. After killing him, there's absolutely no one that can contest me, so it's completely free, and we won the point pretty much immediately. The thing is with Human Torch right now is that he's so strong, you can literally just do whatever you want sometimes. If someone's completely alone, you can just go for them all on your own without any help and get a kill and leave. Just like in this example right here, I see that this Luna's alone. I dive on her, this Iron Man tries to chase me, he's there too, and we just win the point immediately. So it's all thanks to the fact that I saw Luna completely alone, dived on her. Even if I die, it's completely worth because a DPS for a healer, that's always worth for you. But I knew I wouldn't die because I'm him. Actually though, you gotta just limit us a lot with this character. That's what you gotta do. You gotta just limit us a lot with this character. There's so much that you can do, it's insane. Alright boys, appreciate y'all hopping in. I would also appreciate if you guys left a like, comment, or subscribe, because I spent an insane amount of time on this guide. I do feel like I've earned that. Also, come through to the Twitch if you want to learn more about Human Torch. I stream every single day. I have not missed a single day since the start of the year, and I won't miss any. Thanks one more time, and catch y'all on the next video. Peace.